Hi everyone, welcome to today's Maker Mania / Creative Concepts program today. Today we're going to be making little tiny kitchen starter gardens that you guys can grow in your own houses. Um, we're going to be planting these little herbs. So we've got basil, dill, parsley, and cilantro. But we're also going to make a little planter situation there for them with these pots. And so I've got these little tiny 2-inch pots here. I've got 4 of them because I'm going to do 4. And we're actually going to make them into a little um, planter situation that you can put in your kitchen window while you get them started. That's really going to be quite simple. We're going to glue them together. So I'm going to just real quick pop some glue and stick our plants together just like that. And then on this end, after they stick, I'm going to put a little glue there if I don't run out of my glue stick here. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I'm going to push it out because I seem to be running out of my glue stick here. There we go. Right there. And I'm going to put this fellow in. So this is just really, really simple. We're just going to glue them together so that they'll stick nicely and be an entire project there. Glue's not wanting to stick on this fellow, so I'll add a little bit more. There we go. And hold them together because they're rounds. So it should stick together just like that. If they come apart, that's okay. We're just going to try to get them to stick together. If you use a high heat gun, it'll slightly melt the plastic too, which is actually kind of what we want. So now we have our 3 little fellows here. They're going to fit onto our watering dish that we've got. And we can put this one on top, or at least give that a shot. But we want to make sure that we don't clog the bottom holes of this. It'll fit nicely right into there all on its own. So we can just let it balance on top, or we can glue it. Probably gluing it's a good idea, just because. So I'll go ahead and run glue in between these lines right here and stick it to the top. That I'm going to do off camera because my glue gun is being really dumb. Okay. There's the glue. And I'm going to stick them in there and push on it really tightly, and it's stuck. Okay. Did want to come apart though a little bit, which is not all that surprising. It's always hard to glue round things into shapes that you think that they need to be in. But there we go. So there's our little terrarium set up, and it fits really nicely right into its little pot there. And so then what we're going to do is go ahead and fill it up with our dirt. This is just dirt that I got. That's indoor planting dirt. And because this is just a little starter garden, we're not going to go too crazy here. If it was a bigger pot, we would go ahead and make sure that we had rocks or things for drainage in the bottom. So because this is just a starter garden, we don't need to worry about that too much. I'm going to go ahead and put the dirt in each one of these. It's okay if you make a little bit of a mess. It's dirt. It's supposed to be messy. So just kind of tamp that in with my spoon. It's always nice to be able to grow fresh herbs in your kitchen all year round. So here we go. I'm going to put that in the top. And tamp it in. So there's our planter. We'll just dust this dirt kind of out of the way here. Dust that out of the way. So now we have our little double-tiered planter that we made, and I'm going to go ahead and plant in it some dill and some parsley and some basil. You will have to replant these guys after they start to sprout because they are going to grow out of the pot really, really quickly. So this is just a starter for your garden, and then you'll need to find a different place. So cilantro seeds look like, let's see here, like that. I'm going to go ahead and plant those in the top. I'm just going to push them in. Pink, 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 and cover it up. And I'll water that here in a little bit. There's the parsley. And let's see what the parsley seeds look like. I think they're going to be tiny. Oh, I'm right. I don't want to dump the whole container out, so I'm being really careful. Here they are. Can you see those in my hand? They're super tiny. Bring it in. There it is in focus. Those are the parsley seeds. So I'm going to put those in one of these. It might be a good idea to use like a permanent marker or something to write which one is which. I'll probably do that afterwards. So I remember this one is cilantro and this one is parsley. So this one will do dill. I bet you dill seeds are going to be pretty tiny too, but I bet you they're not as tiny as the parsley is. These are so tiny. They're such fascinating little things. Yeah. So this is dill. A little bit bigger. Go ahead and pop those guys in and cover it up. And then last but not least, we'll do basil. And these plants are going to get huge. If you want to, after they grow real big, you can transplant them into another pot for your kitchen garden. And in the springtime or the summertime, when it starts to get nice and warm outside and not have any risk of freezing, like we do right now, my garden is just about finished, you can in fact transplant them into your own garden if you want. This is basil. Little bitty black fellas there. Pop them in there and stick them in. All right. So now you've built your herb garden and you've planted it. And I want to show you what it'll look like. It won't take a huge amount of space up on your kitchen counter. So here is what the herb garden looks like when you're done with it. You can clean up all those like strays of glue too. Let's see here, get those out of there. But here it is, and then you can just pop it in, water it. If you water the top one, it'll flow into the bottom one, so you don't even have to water all of them. You just pour them in the top, and it'll drain out in here, and you want it to do that. Don't water it too much, because overwatering will kill and drown those seeds and make them rot. We don't want to do that. We just want to make sure that we water it lightly, about once every day to 2 days until you start to see little sprouts. When the plants get to be about yay big or so, you'll want to transplant them into another pot, and then you can start this one over again. All right, guys, thanks for watching this Maker Mania Creative Concepts with me. I hope you guys enjoy it. This entire project can be done with about $5 worth of stuff from your local garden store. So go ahead and give it a shot. See you next time. Bye.